I'm just going to go over a few things of the process that we have currently to make lessons awesome. So first of all, I think that our research has shown, what people have been telling us, is that having a computer set up is your ideal. Not everybody will be able to get that, but an approximate distance of a few feet for guitar playing, and maybe a few more feet for piano playing to get the whole keyboard. Your face and both of your hands in this picture are best. If you want better sound, if you happen to have a Bluetooth speaker, that's great. Just set it further away from the computer to have a minimum of feedback on that. Then if you happen to have a Bluetooth or USB microphone, that's even better. I don't have that right now, so I can't demonstrate that for you. So the first thing you'll do is, along with your student, you will get an email to a Zoom room link. Now, you do not need to have the login or anything. You are going to be joining that Zoom meeting just like your student as a participant. So before we proceed, I just want to make sure I cover one more thing, and that is to look as professional as possible. Try to make sure your background is not one of a messy bed or dirty dishes or something like that. I know we're all struggling to teach from home, but please dress as though you were coming to work with your colleagues in a professional dress. Please make the background as distraction-free as possible. So now on to how I prepare for the Zoom lessons. The first thing I do is I make a lesson plan online so that I can share that with my students. So I have shared with you in the past this lesson plan for Caroline. That's going to be where Caroline finds her assignment sheet and has an idea of what to get ready for the lesson. The next thing I do is I get whatever music I'm going to be teaching uploaded onto, for me, a PDF that I'm going to edit in Preview. So once I have things in Preview, as I'll show you later, I can do a screen share, and then I will be able to, by clicking on that pen, edit and circle what note or phrase I want the student to be focusing on. It's a wonderful device that can be very effective for teaching. So finally, if I have all my lesson plan sent, I've got my music ready in person, I have uploaded all my scores to the computer, I am ready to go ahead and click onto the link. So I go to the email that was sent to me by Orpheus, and I click on the Zoom link there. It says, do I want to allow me to open Zoom? I say allow, and boom, up pops my Zoom meeting. First of all, what I will do is turn on original sound. That makes the sound quality for the student not be speech-oriented, but it's going to be much more subtle and get the original sound of the microphone. This is really important, especially if you're using a high-quality microphone. My student will pop into the meeting just by clicking on that the same way I do. And we're ready to get started. So I'm going to show you a couple of things on here that are really helpful for teaching. One is the mute button right here. Sometimes I'm going to play a phrase and I want the student to play along with me. Because of the delay, I can't play at the same time that they're playing. So I would hit mute. Sorry, nobody else is on the screen. So if there were another student there, I would click on their account and mute them, or I would ask them to mute themselves while they're playing. That mute is the mute for me. The next thing I wanted to share with you was share screen. This is a very useful thing. Number one, you can share a whiteboard with the student. That means that both you and the student will be able to draw things on the screen simultaneously. So like, let's say I was doing duerme pronto, we might draw phrases. Duerme pronto, niño lindo, duerme pronto, Signora. Another thing that I recommend that you have handy are your step bells, so that you can do that in the lesson. But for right now, I want to show you another thing that you can do with screen share. Notice the stop share up here button. Whenever you want to stop sharing that screen, you click that and you're right back in front of the student. Having step bells handy is a great way, if your student has step bells, for them to echo you. So you can say, we're going to be using the mi, re, do steps today. And then you would play a phrase for them and they echo it back. And you can do most of the things that you would do in the lesson that way. Finally, the screen share is also really useful for jumping to a particular song that you wanted to do. So I might jump over to the 3 Blind Mice that I have ready here, and I can go ahead and click on preview first, and then I'm ready to edit. I tell my student to focus on this note is too loud, and we need a decrescendo over those 3, or watch out for the sharps in the 3rd line. All right, so that covers screen share. Lastly, I want to go back to Google Docs. So I'm going to go back to screen share here, and I'm going to share my desktop and then click over to the Google Docs where I had my student's lesson. And then I can type in, be sure to practice 4 days this week, or something along those lines. Lastly, I wanted to share with you something that's made a big difference in my lessons, which is telling students that a big part of being a musician is being somebody who was able to make a difference in people's lives. So I have been sharing with my students that being a musician is a great opportunity to bring joy to people who might be stuck at home, so they can go and contact at least one person to share their music with. All right, thanks so much, and I hope you have a wonderful experience teaching music lessons with your students.